Hello everybody, welcome back. I have a Team Slayer on Construct, and never do this. That is always suicide, and that is a really stupid thing. Now, here I actually forget where the heck I am. I kind of lose my bearings as I spawned, and thought I spawned somewhere else, but catch a guy off guard. But yeah, one thing, I'm gonna kind of give you a couple tips and tricks, something you guys might know but you might not, kind of. One thing is, in a map like this, you have to know, and I'm talking have to know where your enemies are, especially. Like, you always have to know where your enemies are coming from, but in a map like Construct, you really have to pay attention to where the enemies are in terms of the Z direction, or which level they're on. You see, for example, this map has got at least three main levels, I would say. You have your upper floor, which I'm here now. You got your ground floor that is kind of open season to everybody, and then you have the underground one, which everyone kind of starts off with, but then kind of really abandoned. So you kind of have to plan everything from there. Now, there are... I get betrayed after a nice beatdown on that elite there. But you really have to pay attention to where the enemy is on those three layers. Just picking up the sword just to kind of keep it out of the enemy hands. They end up getting it, I believe. Yeah, they end up getting it, so... kind of failed, but whatever. But yeah, see, people kind of spawn here, then kind of hit the ramps, and then try to hit the lifts, and kind of spend most of their time on the third floor here, as I would call it. Not only for the multiple access ways, but there are things. You really have to pay attention to where the enemy is and where they're going to coming from. Like, right now, they could be 2-3 levels down. Like, those kind of just coming behind me are just coming up the lift when it looked like they were by their teammates. Things like that really impact how you play a map such as Construct. So you kind of have to be wary of where your opponent is, and even especially which weapon you're using to kill your enemy. Now, for maps like this, when you're doing kind of stuff what I'm doing, you're kind of getting into a grenade war, which is a good thing. You really have to learn how to toss grenades and remember which grenade is equipped. That's a big thing. But so here I'm kind of using the battle rifle because I want the long range accuracy. If I were to run in and engage him, it'd be really, like, here I should have switched to my assault rifle. Sure, it takes half a clip in a melee to kill a guy. I think it's half a clip in a melee, or something around there, anyway. It takes that much to kill the guy, so you have to be wary about how accurate it's going to be. The battle rifle or the assault rifle anyway, isn't that accurate overall. So if you're going and you're trying to be really accurate, you can't really be accurate at really far ranges, which is why I would say the assault rifle, if you're going to have two weapons, have an assault rifle and a battle rifle. It is one of the best combinations because you have the short range power, but then you also have a long range powerhouse that you can use with relative effectiveness if you're okay at pegging the headshots, which is one thing that you should do. So here I'm kind of like, as I'm assaulting this thing, I'm kind of looking for people long range. Kind of think I see someone by the thing. Turns out they're actually below me. But you see, he was using the pistol. He probably missed a couple of his shots. Wasn't really the best thing to use in close range combat. Actually, the pistol, even though it's not that good and it doesn't have a ×2 scope like the battle rifle has, it is actually still a great weapon to use. There's my teammate actually failing to use equipment, which is another thing you should really learn to be able to do effectively as well. For the power drainer, you have to know, it's kind of like tossing a grenade, so you have to give it the trajectory of a grenade, basically, and give it to, see, there I'm kind of like, I'm not really aiming that well. I'm not that great at aiming, kind of, but you have to, there I should have jumped to get a little bit farther from the grenade, but you gotta pay attention to where you are in terms of your enemy, as I've been saying. But yeah, but weapon choice is also very important. For a thing like this, the battle rifle might not be the best thing, although it is open. Like, there was a better idea, because coming around the corner, guy comes around the corner, he's popping a little bit more ammo than you, or at least popping it more off a little bit better. You know, assault rifle can deal the damage very quickly, although it's not that much. The battle rifle packs it on a little bit slower because of the 3-round burst fire and you having to pull the trigger all the time. The battle rifle is good for doing more damage. So yeah, going back to equipment is very important to know how to use. You need to know what situation you should use it in, and what sort of instances are going on. If you're all in a group and suddenly a grenade comes in, might be a bad idea to toss that power drainer. But if they're all shooting at you, pop it down, give you guys a little bit of cover, switch to your closer range weapon, and then kind of go all out. Just that sort of thing. So yeah, so the game's just winding down. And yeah, so that's it. I think I'm going to be doing a little bit more in Warfare, or a little bit more Halo, because that's what you guys seem to be watching a little bit more of. So, that's the game. I go about 14-10 if I can remember correctly. I don't really keep track. See you guys.